Welcome, everybody, to another episode of the Paranormal Diner. I'm your host, Jay Hill. Tonight, we have a couple cool cats coming on talking about their beard club and a little bit of Broadhead Manor and just whatever else we want to talk about. So, without further ado, let's get these gentlemen on.
Good evening.
Let's see. There we go. What's up, gentlemen?
How's it going?
How are you?
It's going good. I know you guys reached out to me about being on the show. I was glad to help. I do try to promote um, people and places and things, and you guys have a beard club, the Renegade Beard Club. Is that what it's called?
That is correct.
Yes,
Yes.
sir.
Okay, so tell me a little bit about Renegade Beard Club.
Well, Renegade Beard Club is a worldwide club of men. Really, with the only thing we have in common is facial hair. We come together. We're Discord based, and it's focused on community, giving back to our community, charity, and then supporting one another in the brotherhood and talking and communicating and everything like that. Our Wisconsin chapter, the RBC Wisconsin chapter, is an accredited 501c3 nonprofit. We have been for just a little over a year. We got nonprofit status under the heading the Wisconsin Bearded Brothers. So that is a sub category underneath the Renegade Beard Club that we've strucken off on our own to work the nonprofit angle of it, and that helps our charity, our annual charity run that we do every year. So what we do in Wisconsin is we do a program called the Forward 365 program initiative, and it is essentially we run events all year long, like the brawl that we'll be talking about today and other events, food stands and such, collecting money all year long. And then at Christmas time, we adopt families around the state of Wisconsin and provide them with gifts, meals, and decorations for the holiday season, the families that can't afford it. So we've been doing that this will be our 5th year, correct, Louis?
Yes,
Adopting
sir.
families. This will be our 5th year adopting families and our 2nd year as an accredited nonprofit. So.
Wow, that's awesome. So, what made you want to start that? What were the driving factors in creating the nonprofit?
Well, the Beard Club we've been a part of for about 5 years now. 6, yeah, no, it's been 6 years now. I've been a part of the Beard Club for about 6 years, and it's always been about, for me, it's always been about giving back to our community in some way, shape, or form, whether it's volunteering and doing this and that for local American Legion clubs. We've run a walk out of Madison, Wisconsin yearly. We help partake for the Ruck 22 walk that we help with every year. We fundraise for them and donate gift baskets and stuff like that. And we had done those types of events, including the Christmas adoption, for about 3 or 4 years before we finally realized we can make a bigger impact if we, I guess you'd say, make it legal or make it a nonprofit where people can use it as a tax deductible, tax deduction and such. So about 2 years ago, we started looking into what kind of paperwork we needed to do, what kind of filing we needed to take care of, and started that process. So then we were able to, and it's really in the first year that we've had it, just over a year now, we've really, I'd say, quadrupled the amount of donations we can get easily in the first year than we've gotten in years past, just because it's much easier to reach out to a business and say, this is what our initiative is. This is what we're doing. And then they see it as a tax write-off, obviously, and giving, and a way of that for them to give back. So it's really made a big difference getting that 501c3 portion. That was what we wanted to do, and it's paying off tenfold right now. So
Yep.
Nice.
Yeah, we were even.
So you guys have
we even got nominated for nonprofit of the year through the Vernon County Awards this year. So yeah, it's been paying off tenfold.
Oh wow. So the website you have on, I mean, I looked at some of your stuff. Looks pretty cool. I mean, so who actually makes your stuff?
Makes who runs our website type of our social media type stuff? Is that what
Yeah.
you're? We actually
Yeah.
have a social media manager in our chapter. I'm the president of the Wisconsin
Okay.
chapter. Louis my vice president. And we have a board of directors that sits on the nonprofit, and one of those is our social media guy. Ben is his name, and he does all the graphics that we do. He does a lot of the legwork behind the scenes as well. He does a lot of the calling. He does a lot of the media stuff. If there's any type of newspaper we want to reach out to or anything like that, Ben's he goes a million miles an hour and does a lot of that.
He goes. He's like a rabbit. He's like a rabbit. There's no stopping Ben.
Yeah.
He kicks ass, man. Ben's a lifesaver.
So what kind of products do you have then?
Technically, we don't. Well, we do have club merchandise, but we don't focus on a lot of products that we sell. We do sell the Renegade Beard Club itself does sell merchandise, and actually, take it a step back, the Renegade Beard Club as a whole is also on the verge of getting their 501c3 too, so as well, 501c3. So that would blanket the entire United States, because we currently have chapters in 46 of the states. And we also have representatives in the UK. We have Scotland, England. We have a Spain chapter. We just brought somebody. We have a guy from Nigeria. We have just brought somebody in from India last week. That's our first guy from India. So we're kind of expanding ourselves. So the club itself, going for its nonprofit, is going to blanket over the entire club itself. And there we do sell, the Renegade Beard Club does sell merchandise, and all of those profits go directly back to funding the 501c3. So as a chapter itself,
Nice.
no, we don't offer. Most of our fundraising is done through events that we hold, whether it be this beard brawl coming up or food stands that we'll have and stuff like that. A Toys for Tots event we usually do around Christmas or around Thanksgiving time. A chili cook-off.
The virtual ride that we do every July.
Yep.
Wow. So talk a little bit about the event at Broadhead Manor.
So yeah, so 6/6/26, mark it on your calendars. We have a beard competition coming up. And so everything's with the Wisconsin Bearder Brothers, which is our 501c3. And basically in a nutshell, I guess we can just tell the story with it. Wisconsin does not have a prominent beard competition, and us being a beard club, kind of something we kind of want to dip our toes in, hit that market and live the big life. And Darren just got a hold of me one day. He's like, after we did the paranormal rockdown and how tight knit that paranormal community is, and we met all these people, from people from Josh Purvis to Dave from Paranormal Mysteries, Dave Schrader from Paranormal Mysteries, and we have a great relationship with Mike Gagliano that's gone on since our first ever telethon we did with Chris Hartle and Jamie Lynn for fundraising for our nonprofit. And we were just like, we should just try to do something and mesh the two communities together. And obviously, getting to know Bill Walter at Broadhead Manor, we just reached out, and the rest was history. Bill was all on board. We are his premier event this year at the Broadhead Manor, and it's for us. It's been fun, and people are listening. Yeah, we still have vendor spots available if you are interested in the paranormal field or what have you. So
Yeah, like Louis said,
and that's one thing that that's one thing I wanted to kind of, when you talked about the tight knit closeness, especially with Bill Walter at Broadhead Manor, that's like a no brainer. That kind of bringing like you guys together in that kind of that fold. That's a great place to do that. And I think that you guys, the way it sounds now, when I talked to Bill the other day, it sounds like it's going to be a good success.
yeah, I think I think Bill's just as excited as we are for this event. So
it made sense the more we started to discuss it and wanting to hold a beard competition. Like Louis said, there's not a major competition in the state of Wisconsin, so we wanted to bring something here. And then the more we talked about it and realized combining the beard competition with a paranormal event such as the brawl kind of made sense. It's filling a niche that nobody's really done before. There's beard competitions all over the world, but nobody's really done something. This is a little out of the ordinary, mixing it with the paranormal like this. We're going to have, like Louis said, paranormal vendors are going to be there on the Friday and Saturday night. We have some guest investigators coming in, and they're going to run for I can't remember the cost offhand, but you can go on a paranormal investigation with trained investigators on Friday and Saturday night.
Yeah, we got Vince Killian coming in from Paranormal. The Urban Explorer. We got
right.
What the hell? Static Voices. I can't remember his name though. I just you guys just witnessed the firsthand brain fart.
It happens.
Static Voices is coming with. He'll hit me here in a minute. And then we also have Shelley Pruitt from EVP also doing an investigation with us.
Nathaniel Elwell.
Yes, Nathaniel Elwell. Jesus. You know what's sad? His girlfriend.
My good friend Nathaniel.
Yes. Nathaniel will be there doing an investigation for us.
Yep.
Yeah, so Nathaniel and Morgan will
I was there last year. I was there last year and hung out with my good friend Nathaniel, and I've known him for a few years. And we were talking about, because I'm working on trying to put together a campaign to raise funds for a documentary I want to do in Gettysburg, and Bill was kind of standing nearby, and he says, "You guys want to go to Gettysburg?" He says, "I'll fly you guys out there and I'll pay for it." And I'm like, okay. I'm not going to say no to that. And Nathaniel was like, "Yeah, sure, let's do it." So, but yeah, I mean, that's the kind of guy Bill is, and even Nathaniel, and yeah, I mean, it's just, there's so many great people in that group, that have visited Broadhead Manor, and it's just, it's fun to be around. It's a good day just to spend a day around meeting people and just hanging out and talking stories and this and that, especially even investigating. I have an event coming up with another paranormal team as the psychic sweeper in July, so yeah, I'm looking forward to that. But talk a little bit about the reception that your guys' hometowns have kind of gotten from all this with your beard club.
Well, like Louis said, our biggest reception has been over there in Vernon County, which is on the western portion of the state. That's where we did the majority of our Christmas work the first couple of years. And like he said, we were nominated last year for a Vernon County Nonprofit of the Year. We had our fingers crossed. Unfortunately, we did not win it, but we actually lost to a great organization out there. It was that Little Red Book. Is that what it was called, Louis? Was that the name of it? The Little Red Library or something like that?
Yeah.
Great group. And we got to talk to them afterwards, before and after the event. So it was nice to see. And it's not the reason we do it, but it was really nice to get the recognition of the peers in the community and of the community leaders to acknowledge that we're doing something right. It makes you, it kind of makes you reflect upon yourself that you're doing something right. I know myself over here, I'm in Green Bay. I've had the opportunity a couple of times to sit down with some community leaders, just to discuss events that future we could plan. We haven't really done anything in the Green Bay area yet, but it's a big enough city where I'm hoping as we get our feet wet, we can start to do some stuff up here too. But the reception's been great. Everything we hear, the Madison area, we've done a lot of work with the VFW halls in Madison and the Ruck 22 organization. So we've done a lot of work with veterans down there, and they know us by name. They know us as the Beard Guys.
Yeah.
So it's nice to see we're being embraced. Our name is getting out there a little bit more. People are starting to recognize the logo, starting to recognize what we do when we're out and about in our communities doing different types of events. So we're relatively young in that aspect. It's only been a year and a half for the 501c3 and just over 4 or 5 years here for the club itself. So we're still relatively new, but we're getting there. We're getting the recognition. A lot of people I think we're turning some heads.
Nice. Yeah, it sounds like the community is really kind of fall in line with and love the stuff that you guys are doing, and especially when you create events and bringing in the awareness, and because we all know that bearded guys need attention. I mean, there's too many guys out there who don't have facial hair, or there's guys out there that are trying to grow their facial hair, and God, I've had a beard every once in a while, but I've always liked the whole kind of high and tight thing, but so that kind of begs the statement that you guys are stuck with your facial hair. You can't shave it off since you guys are the face of it.
Well, we're open to all facial hair.
We are open to all facial hair.
So if I ever want to cut a stash, I could. It's still be in the club.
Yeah, absolutely.
Right.
Mustaches are just fine. And that's a part of our club as a whole that goes I won't say unnoticed, but that not a lot of people know about. They see our public persona and what we do out in the community, but there's over almost 650 guys in this club period across the world, and there's always, like I said, we have some guys in the UK and stuff like that. So to sit in these chats and be able to talk with somebody, if men's mental health is not spoken about enough, it's not handled as properly as it should be. So we have if you wake up in the middle of the night, you can't sleep and something's eating at you, there's a guy in the UK that's just getting up in the morning, and if you need somebody to talk to, there's somebody there 24/7 in this club. And that's an aspect that doesn't get the public attention, but we know about it, and we know there's always somebody there to talk to and somebody to chat with. And that's a part of this club that it draws a lot of people. It draws a lot of guys into the club. A lot of guys don't want to, maybe the charity aspect of it's not their thing, but if they need the support, we're there for a lot of these guys. A lot of these guys that don't have anybody else to talk to, don't have anybody else to, maybe they don't have a lot of friends or what have you. So
that's a testament to our founder Beans too. He's such a great guy. You could call Beans any hour of the day. If you had a crisis, he'd be there to talk it out with you. And that's the founder. That's number one at the top. He's always there for you. And that whole feeling trickles down from 1A all the way down to the bottom. Everybody's there for each other.
Right. So I think that the underlining other attribute to that, when you were just talking about the mental health and whatnot, that doesn't get a lot of attention, which really should. And it's like you said, being in a club like this, and you can connect with other gentlemen and people even overseas and whatnot. That, to me, in my opinion, should be talked about more. I mean, that is something that, I would actually love to hear somebody that can tell a story or connect that with that mental illness, talk on a stage or something like that, to say, hey, this isn't just a beard club. This isn't just a bunch of guys with beards getting together. We are a community of gentlemen that have gone through everything you can even imagine.
That's it.
And we're all connected, and we try, you try to stay connected. And that is important. And I think a lot of people nowadays, um, even in society, don't realize that the importance of just men's mental health. It isn't just women. It isn't just children. It's men have that same 9 to 5 guys who grind every day and go to work and swing a hammer and do all this and go home, and then they repeat that thing. I mean, we're us guys have feelings too.
Yep.
We go through some stuff. I'm sure we've all been through some stuff, and having that option to be able to, like you said, when if you're going through something and you call somebody who's just getting up in the UK, you call that person and you just talk. You're not only connecting and making friends, you're also connecting with somebody else who can relate or maybe help you during that time, and that is important. And I think
100%.
what you guys are doing now, especially with that underlining purpose, that kind of brings your whole club in full circle. I mean, a lot of guys out there who don't realize that it's not just about the beard.
Nope.
There's so much more.
Exactly. Yeah. You summed it up perfectly. And some of the chapters will take that a step further, and we'll do, like I said before, our main goal is the Christmas initiative that we run, the Forward 365 program. But we do have chapters out there that are running mental health awareness charities as well. Whether it be mental health, we have some guys we have a chapter running an autism charity at this month. We have what else do we have running right now? We have one for, I believe, Down syndrome, if I'm not mistaken. I believe one of the chapters is doing one for Down syndrome. So there's a lot of different irons in the fire, and there's men's mental health, like you said, it's not spoken about enough, but we're taught we're supposed to be stronger. We're taught as kids, men growing up, that we're supposed to, you're supposed to put on this facade and be strong. This gives men the opportunity to not have to be strong. If you need to sit down and cry, or you need to sit down and talk with somebody, there's somebody that'll sit in that dark room with you and talk with you. And it's I know personally, it saved quite a few men in this club.
Right. And like I said, and it doesn't get talked about enough, and there should be. But with the work that you guys are doing with this club, and I think that, with all the places that you've been and all the events that you're hosting and this and that, I think that you guys are truly on the right track to, transcend into something more. I mean, I could kind of see you guys getting into something, it's going to be bigger than you expected. And I think that you kind of see that already from a distance, how it's going. And being in that position where you guys are at now is a good position. And I think that you guys are doing good work and, making those connections. So I want to pivot a little bit and talk a little bit about you guys as individually. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Like Darren, I would like to talk to you about, like, what do you do for work?
Myself, I work in kitchen design and CNC programming for a local cabinet shop here in Green Bay. I've been doing that for over 30 years now. I'm in my early 50s.
It is prime.
I'm in my prime, yeah.
So am I.
Yeah, so I've been doing that for about 30
Middle
years.
50s, but
I've been doing that for about 30 years. I'm of the rare. I don't know if it's rare, but to me, it feels rare. I love what I do. I love the work I do. That's why I've stuck with it as long as I have. It's rewarding to me. It's challenging. It gives me, it gives my mind some time to expand and think. So I love what I do. Father of 3 kids. All of them are grown, 21, 24, and 30. My oldest daughter lives in Minneapolis, and the other 2 are here in Green Bay with me. So not with me, but they're here in town. I'm a Packer season ticket holder. I ride a motorcycle, and I love to. I write music. I write music in my free time. So
nice. All right, Louis, your turn.
Well, I am Louis Schreier. I am I guess you can call it a utility worker for the city of Roque. I help out with the water functions of the sewer. That's been a new job for me. I was a plumber for about 10 years, and then I just kind of made the transition to the city just for the mental health aspect of it, because get ran rampant as a plumber for that many years. You kind of have a couple screw looses.
Mm-hmm.
I'm a hunter. I'm a lover. I'm getting married in Labor Day weekend.
Nice.
I'm not.
Congratulations.
I'm not a season ticket holder for the Packers, but I'm a big sports fan.
Give it time, man. Give it time.
Give it time. Yeah. I'm a big gamer. I help run the Thin Line Gaming on Discord. I'm a big gamer. I love watching people play games. I have a lot of close friends that are streamers. And I'm one half of the Hour of the Wolf podcast with Mr. Darren right there. So
You got it.
Nice. So, I mean, guys are hardworking American men, who have a great beard club, and you do great events. And, it's hard with everything going on in the world. And it's kind of like, I believe that you kind of just stay in your own lane and do your own thing, and coming from the Midwest and, growing up in Wisconsin, Iowa, and Nebraska, of all places.
I like how you avoided Illinois there. That
and it's funny because relatives, a third of my family are from Illinois. My parents were from Illinois, and I think me and my other sister, I have 3 sisters, and I think me and my other sister were the ones born in Wisconsin, if I'm not mistaken. But it's yeah. I live close enough to the Illinois border that I could probably walk to it, but yeah, it is what it is. I live so close that, I've got friends who live in Wisconsin or close to the border and who are Bears fans, dare I say.
ugh.
And it's just like, and when you work with them, it's worse, so you have to listen to that rhetoric. Same with the whole baseball, You guys are Brewer fans, I take it. You
Yes,
like
sir.
baseball?
Yes. Yep.
Okay.
I have a brother who's a bigger
Um,
baseball
after-
fan than he's a football fan. So this is prime time sports season
Oh.
for my brother. Yeah, he's a rare guy.
Yeah.
He's baseball over football. And I didn't get the chance to message him yet today, but I'm sure he's jumping off the walls for a 14-2 victory over the White Sox today. So
I got a good friend who has a big beard. He's like my brother, and he's got his beard is super long, and he's got red hair, and it's funny because he's a huge baseball fan. Any stat that you can even imagine asking him on baseball, he will rattle it off his head like in nanoseconds. And it's like, wow. He doesn't give a crap about football. I mean, he likes football, but when it comes down to baseball, that's his game. He will stay home and watch every single baseball game on TV. So I've been to Wrigley. I watched them the Cubs play Milwaukee, and the experience was cool. I like Wrigley. It's kind of neat. We lost, but it was only a preseason game. But it was what it was. But I don't know. So
I do happen to see
talk
that,
a little bit now.
I do happen to see that our founder Beans did jump into the chat now. He got in here a little late. Louis was talking about him a little bit before. I see he jumped in the chat now. We were talking about Beans before. That is our founder right there, like Louis said.
Okay.
He makes himself available for literally anybody in the club. He's put his phone number into the chat numerous times. Guys can reach out to him pretty much night and day, and he will get back to them. Good friend of ours, very good guy, lives down in Kentucky. He is the founder and president of the Renegades themselves. So,
right, nice. Yeah. You guys have gotten. Let me see if I can't get this on. Hey guys.
DJ.
Oh, there's our New York chapter showing up.
Nice. Uh, sorry, I was eating dinner. Nice. Yeah, I mean it's pretty cool because my chats usually don't get that full, but when having you guys on, I guess you guys bring in some good vibes. So I'm glad that people are here checking you out and whatnot.
Louisiana is topping the chat now too. My lord.
That's one of the things that this club prides itself on. Like we said, it any time of day, anytime night or day, you can get somebody you want to chat to. But these guys will show up and support. It's one of the reasons we moved into this club. As a Wisconsin chapter, we weren't technically in this club about a year and a half ago, so we moved over to the Renegade Beard Club, and it was one of the reasons because the support and people that are in here, we ask them to show up and they will show up. I know we've got a lot of guys coming to Wisconsin for the Broadhead Beard Brawl. So if you make it over to the event with us, you'll get a good chance to meet quite a few of these guys coming in for this event. We got guys coming in from California. We got some guys coming up. Kentucky's coming in. New York's coming in. Nebraska's coming in. There's a lot of guys coming up. Texas or Oklahoma. Sorry, I'm not sure if any Oklahoma's coming up for the event. So
I believe Michigan's coming over too.
Michigan's coming over for sure.
And Kentucky's going to be there.
Right. That's Kentucky, awesome.
Yep. Yeah, our guys know how to show up. Our guys know how to show up.
Dare I say any Illinois people?
You know what? Ironically, I don't think so.
Oh my god!
Not that they're not welcome. They're 100% welcome. Yeah. We will have vendors. We will have vendors there from Illinois. We do have.
Yes, you're right. We do.
Illinois Paranormals. I don't have it in front of me, but they're a paranormal group coming. They will be having a booth up for us.
Have you guys?
Oh, yep, Oregon's coming too.
You guys have a list of your vendors? I mean, of people that are going to be there?
Oh yeah.
You just talked about a couple, but I mean, do you know?
Yeah, let me.
Yeah, I got it.
Are you pulling it up or?
Yeah.
You got
so
it? Okay.
It's like I said, this will be a really cool event. I'm going to start this from the top of our list. We have Wisconsin. I don't know if you've seen their stuff on YouTube, on Facebook, but they will be vending for us there.
They are also two of the judges, the Wisconsin twins. I don't know if you've seen them on YouTube, possibly.
And then we just mentioned him earlier, but Vince Killian will be there. He's going to have a booth for his abandonment issues, the things that he does. Bearded Death.
Yep, nice guy.
Bearded Death will be there. Also sponsor of Our the Wolf podcast, but he's also the main sponsor for the Broadhead Beard Brawl. So he's going to have a big booth ready to go. We have Raven Beard Care.
That's out of Illinois too. He's out of Illinois.
That's right. He is. Yeah.
Nice.
And Nathaniel Ewell will have a booth there for his book. And then I think Morgan's going to have some stuff there too with him. Morgan Caldwell will be there with him. Mike Gagliano will be there. I'm not sure if he's going to be doing it with Beacon TV or if there's a Beacon TV, Lost Scope Productions. He's going to have his own booth there. And Mike is also the MC for our event, so he's going to be the center stage piece for everything we do. And we thought that'd be really important too for merging the paranormal with the beard stuff. Mike Gagliano is such a huge personality. We thought if we put him center stage, he would flourish. So, and then other vendors we have Bayard Beard and Body. Illinois Paranormal Research will be there. Abby Wilson's going to be there. EVP will have a booth there. Internal Paranormal will be there. Diet Renee. I think I said that right.
Oh, she's awesome. I've known her for a few years too.
Yeah, we met her at the Paranormal Rockdale. She was awesome. Spire
She was
Paranormal.
on one of my on my podcast years ago.
Cool.
Yep.
Spire Paranormal is going to be there. And then our friend of our club, Mertzy, he's going to have a booth there. I can't remember his business name. Your mic.
Sorry, silver tuna tattoo out of Nina. That's Mertzy's
Okay.
stuff. He will not
Karen.
be doing tattoos. What Silver Tuna is going to be doing is they are going to be doing artwork all day long and then raffling off their artwork. So,
Oh, nice.
which is another thing. We will have there will be bucket raffles there all day and a 50-50 raffle running all day long as well. So we are taking donations for bucket raffles. We have a good pile of stuff accumulated already. And then we will be doing a ticket, a 50-50 raffle in addition to that as well all day long. So there will be food available. I'm not sure. The food has not been confirmed yet. I think the last talk was possibly a food truck, but I'm not positive on that. But there will definitely be food there at the event.
Okay.
And then we have.
I think he's bringing a pizza. I think there's like Bad Boys Pizza there, or Big Boys Pizza there all day.
Okay.
And then he's gonna have his own. Obviously, Bill's nuts, which I can't remember how he says it.
Yeah.
They're sweet. They're salty. I can't remember how Bill does it.
Yeah. Yeah, there's that pizza place right down the road. That's really good too. I can't God, I want to say Peppy Pizza or something like that. But me and Nathaniel have eaten down there a couple times when I was there. But yeah, I mean, it sounds like you guys have a great list of vendors and visitors. And yeah, I would love to come hang with you guys, either day,
Absolutely. Friday night will be our meet and greet. We will be having a small, I guess you'd say, party, so to speak, in the parking lot. We'll be having a tent set up in the parking lot of Broadhead. We'll be having food and drinks there in the parking lot, and there will be the investigations running all night long. That'll be the Friday night.
Nice.
Then Saturday night, I believe the event starts at 11, Louis, I think.
So vendors can set up at 10.
Vendors can set up at 10. The event starts at 11, and the beard competition starts. Registration for the beard competition is between 11 and 1, I believe, and then the beard competition starts at 1 p.m. But the vendors will be running all day till 5 or 6 at night, and then after that, there will be more investigations that night as well. So,
who's running the paranormal investigations?
So that was going to be Nathaniel Ewell, who's going to be one of our investigators. Vince Killian, then EVP, so Shelley Pruitt and those guys.
Okay. Yeah, maybe I'll have to reach out to him and Nathaniel and maybe be a guest psychic sweeper.
absolutely.
So, yeah, absolutely.
That would be cool. Yeah. So what else you guys got coming up that you want to talk about that you've first time speaking about it? There's something you want to announce on here that you got coming up?
Well, we also do have the other event we have planned in Wisconsin, at least, is our in July. The whole month of July, we do what we call our Christmas in July ride, and it's basically a self-paced charity ride. We don't meet at a certain area and all ride together. We do a self-paced ride. You basically take a picture of your odometer at the beginning of July and a picture of your odometer at the end of July, and you ride 500 miles in the month of July. And that goes to our charity. That's a $35 registration fee for that. And that all goes to the charity. And then we have some prizes at the end of the month for everybody that's made their full 500 miles. That's not just a motorcycle thing. That is any vehicle. We had a guy do it on a bike last year. So that runs the entire month of July, and that'll be, we'll be starting to run the advertisements for that on our Facebook page, Wisconsin Bearded Brothers and Renegade Beard Club Wisconsin. We'll be starting to run the promos for that here in the next couple of weeks to get that kicked off. So those are our two big events. We're hoping this will be our first year for the Beard Brawl. We're hoping this continues. And then that charity ride. That's good. This is our second year for the charity ride, and that's something we're going to continue running every July as well. So those are our two main events, our two big money getters for the charity.
It sounds like you guys are pretty busy, you know.
we are busy. That's for sure.
We definitely are.
Yeah.
But that's also a testament.
I mean, when you guys take
the
a
board we
break.
got.
Well, I'd say we had time because most of our events run through the summer and fall.
Yep.
We have a break in the winter, but we don't because that's when we adopt the families. So that's when it gets busy. That's when it's equally as busy, if not even worse. So, but we got a good team.
Right.
We got a good team here in Wisconsin, as well as the entire Renegade Club. We got a lot of guys who are putting in some legwork. A lot of these guys we see in this chat right here from the different chapters and stuff. They're all helping. As we help with their events, we've got I'll speak to this one as well, since we have our Alabama chapter is running a beard competition down in Alabama for the Miracle League Network, which is they build like the sports like a baseball diamonds for special needs kids. I believe I think that's what the Miracle League Network is. If I'm wrong on that, I apologize. But they're running on May 2nd. They're running a beard competition down in Alabama for the same type of thing. It's just there's so many chapters in this Renegade Beard Club that are doing so many good things. I know California is looking at running a beard competition as well. They also do some work for something called the Buddy Benches in California, which is these multicolored park benches that are put at different schools. They finance this bench, and it's basically it's a buddy bench. So if you ever feel like you don't have a friend or you need somebody to talk to, kids are welcome to go sit at this buddy bench, and then somebody else will come sit with them just to talk. So it's kind of a way to get, I don't know if you'd call it an anti-bullying type thing or how you determine that, but it's something to get kids who don't feel a part of something become a part of something. So there's so many good things going on in this Renegade Club. We've been speaking a lot about what Wisconsin is doing, but it's worldwide. All these guys are doing some amazing work. So proud to be a part of.
And I think that's the key right there is because of the fact that it's global. It's not just local. It's everywhere. I mean, you've got all kinds of walks of life that are, part of this group, and everybody's an individual and different, and so they bring something unique to that club. And I think that is really cool because you're not limiting, the membership. And that's awesome. I mean, I think that's really cool because I'm sure that there's probably a lot of these chapters, in other states that are doing stuff that maybe you haven't even heard about yet.
Yeah, there is things that it seems every couple of days you'll see something pop up and like, I didn't even realize those guys were doing that. So you're right. You get this many people in the club. It's hard to keep track of every single person, but it's a great organization and it's something.
Well, I think that, if you guys come together, like, if you guys come together eventually to one, like if you take the members, like, do you know the number of members you have in your club?
We're about 630, I think, is where we're at right now.
Okay. So, like, let's say that you had 1,000. Okay. I think it'd be really cool if you guys had one central localized place where you guys just all picked the day and got there. You know what I mean? And just talked about all the great things that are going on with the club, and all the, plans of doing other things that help with mental health, or whether it be something else or whatnot, you know what I mean? And just getting those collective minds together, that would be really cool. You know what I mean?
Yep. This club is still, like I said, we've been a part of beard clubs now for 6 years, but the Renegade Beard Club is still relatively in its infancy. This club was founded by Beans in December of 23. December, right? Yeah, 2023. So this club isn't even 3 years old. This Renegade Beard Club is technically not even 3 years old yet. And in that time, they've jumped from the initial 100 members that they had to 600 members, to over 600 members now. So we're growing fast. We're growing extremely fast. The last year we've really started to skyrocket with the amount of people that are coming in. And this is something, if anybody watching this, like I said, the only requirement we have is any type of facial hair, sideburns, chops, mustache, anything, a goatee, any type of facial hair is really our only requirement. And we don't discriminate based on race, on sexual preference, anything like that. We're opening, we're welcoming to every single person out there. So if anybody watching this at any point in time feels like it's something that they would like to be a part of, we are always looking for new members. And there's no yearly dues, there's no requirements to be it. You basically just have to be a somewhat active member in communicating and chat with us once in a while to check in and see how you're doing and stuff like that. There's no fees, there's nothing required of you except a short promo call. I mean, if it's something anybody out there feels like, if they want to give back to their community, or if they just want somebody to talk to, absolutely reach out to the Renegade Beard Club in any form, and we can get you set up and have part of this.
Nice. Yeah, I mean, it sounds like it's pretty straightforward. You just kind of laid it out of what it really kind of takes to become a member. I mean, it's. Is there anything else that is included that somebody needs to do, or is you pretty much summed it up?
I summed it up there. The only thing like I said earlier, we're a Discord based group. So we use the Discord app. Basically all that is so we have a place for us all to communicate, a centralized location for us to communicate across the world. So the only requirement is that you download that app. So you come into the club, you'll be put in what we call our prospect chat. And then you sit in there for a month, talking with various members of the boards and stuff like that to get a feel for it, to see if it's something that speaks to you and something you could want to become a part of. And then after a month, we have a little short 5-minute video call to promote you to a full patched member. And then you, like I said, there's no fees, there's no dues, there's nothing like that. It's just a matter of wanting to better your community, wanting to talk to your brothers, wanting to better yourself. And
right.
Yep.
Right. And I think that sums it up. I mean, you want to better yourself, or you want to better, contribute to community or whatnot. I mean, we need more programs like this, especially now. I mean, we need, our beard brothers type things type people to come together. And yeah, I mean, just to talk, just to converse, connect. And I think that we lack that. I think there's so many different type of communities, and I'm part of the paranormal community. And a lot of that's trauma, but I don't deal with that. I have a small circle of friends, but I'd like to connect with certain individuals. I have certain people I talk to and whatnot. You know what I mean? So, and with what you said, the Beard Club kind of fills that for a lot of people. Not everybody's into certain groups or certain things, but it sounds like, your group is all encompassing. So
it really is.
So, well, I got about a minute and so left, but I do want to have you guys talk about where they can find the Beard Club.
Go ahead, Louis. You got this?
Yeah, Wisconsin Bearded Brothers. You can find us on Facebook, Instagram. We're Renegade Beard Club Wisconsin. You can find it on Facebook, Instagram, and we do have a TikTok now. We got just a base club too, Renegade Beard Club. We got all platforms. We got Facebook, Instagram, TikTok for that as well. If you want to follow our podcast, that is affiliated with the Renegade Beard Club. We're also on Instagram, Facebook, and TikTok. We're all over the place. You look up Renegade Beard Club, you will find us.
Yes. Yep. Yeah,
Nice.
if you find the website or the Facebook page for Renegade Beard Club, there's a contact button on there. That'll go straight to one of our scouts who can sit and chit chat with anybody if they want to find out any information. Like Louis said, if you want to get more information on just what we're doing charity wise, you can go to one of our
Mhm.
our local Wisconsin Facebook pages. That's where Ben, like we talked about earlier, posts all of our jazz and gets us all hyped up. We just show up. Ben posts all the shit and we just show up. So
It's the truth.
Nice.
that's the truth.
Nice. Well, I want to thank you guys. It's a pleasure meeting you and talking with you guys. It seems like you're doing great work, and especially in the community, and just with men in general. And reaching out to other people who may be going through certain things and whatnot, but also uplifting, and that is key, especially when putting a group like this together, and in this community. We need this, and I just want to say thank you guys for doing that. It's awesome. Yeah, and congrats on your events that are coming up. And I will have to talk with Nathaniel about
Absolutely.
being a guest at your event.
Absolutely. We'd love to have
the
you there.
5th to 6th. So yeah, I'd love to sit and talk with you guys in person. So on that note, I want to thank you for coming on, and I want to thank everybody in the chat because you blew up my chat.
Yeah, if you want to see a show, if you want to,
there.
this chat has been very well behaved tonight. Normally, they are always coming after me. They've been.
I've got
good job,
50
guys.
in my chat. It was just. I've never had 50 in my chat. That's just.
We travel as
crazy.
a wolf pack, man.
And so I said, thank you very much. You can follow me, Studio 6 Media on YouTube channel, as well as TikTok. You can follow me, JD Hill, on Facebook, as well as Instagram, Studio 6 Media on Instagram. Yeah, so I have other podcasts that I do under Studio 6 Media. So yeah, I'm kind of all over the place, but yeah, this was a great show, and I want to thank you guys for that. And you guys rocked. So
thank you so much for having us, Jay. We really appreciate it. Thank you so much.
It's been totally my pleasure. You guys are awesome. So